Born in New York City in 1934, son of a surgeon, raised in a family where excellence was not optional, it was expected. By 15, he was already a tennis champion. At Yale University, he became team captain. He graduated medical school with honors, served his country as a United States Navy lieutenant commander, then built one of the most respected ophthalmology practices in New York City. From the outside, Richard Raskind had everything. But inside, a war was raging that nobody could see. From his earliest years, Richard felt he had been born into the wrong body. At a time when speaking those words out loud could destroy everything: career, family, reputation, freedom. He buried it deep. He married, had a son, built the perfect life, and quietly fell apart behind it. She named her female persona Renee, a French word. It means reborn. For decades, that name lived only in silence. Then in August 1975, at 41 years old, she made the most courageous decision of her life. She underwent gender-affirming surgery in New York City. Richard Raskind was gone. Dr. Renee Richards stepped into the light. She moved to California, opened a new medical practice, began a quiet new chapter. Tennis was her peace. She entered local tournaments under the name Renee Clark. Just a woman who loved the game, but peace would not last long. In 1976, a television reporter with powerful connections investigated her past and broadcast her story on live television without her consent. Her privacy was destroyed overnight. Within days, the United States Tennis Association announced that all female competitors would be required to pass a chromosome test. Renee Richards refused. She applied to compete at the U.S. Open as a woman. She was denied entry. 25 of 32 players in her first tournament withdrew in protest against her participation. She was banned from competing internationally. The sport she loved had slammed every door in her face. She could have walked away quietly. She had already been through enough. Instead, she walked into a courtroom. Billie Jean King, the greatest female tennis champion of that era, submitted an affidavit in her support. Her surgeon submitted medical testimony. And in 1977, the New York State Supreme Court delivered a landmark ruling. The judge called the chromosome test grossly unfair, discriminatory, inequitable, and a violation of her fundamental rights. She had won. That same year, Renee Richards walked onto the court at the United States Open, the first transgender athlete to compete in a professional sports major in history. She reached the doubles final. She was 43 years old. By 1979, she was ranked number 19 in the world. At 45 years old, competing against women half her age. After retiring from professional play in 1981, she did not disappear. She became a coach. And the player she coached was Martina Navratilova, who she guided to 2 Wimbledon championships. In the year 2000, she was inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame. But here is the moment that shocked the entire world. In 2024, Renee Richards submitted a formal position paper to the Women's Professional Tennis Organization. In it, she stated her honest, scientific belief that any athlete who's gone through male puberty carries physical advantages that disqualify them from competing in the female category in professional sports. The pioneer who fought the world for the right to compete. As a woman now says that rights should not exist for others in her position. Not a contradiction, not a betrayal, but the most honest and complicated statement any sports pioneer has ever made about their own legacy. Renee Richards is 91 years old today, still practicing medicine in New York, still telling the truth, even when the truth is hard. She was a Yale captain, a Navy veteran, a world-class surgeon, a tennis pioneer, a legal trailblazer, and the most courageous athlete this sport has ever seen.